Ew, what is good? My average people, what is good, yo? I was quiet that time because I didn't remember what this guy's combo was, and I'm surprised it linked. But regardless of all that, this week's episode of No Gun Life was pretty epic. Like I was saying last week, these types of moments were definitely needed because I didn't even think this was a possibility for instance, one of the characters who actually taps into this really cool power, where the harmonizer is kind of just hacking at free will, and by free will I mean it's kind of reading the other brains nearby. Sorry, I'm closing my window. And by reading the other brains, it kind of reminds me of like a cooler version of Tony Stark, um, reading all the moves of Captain America, and because he knew where his fighting style was going to end up and what he was capable of doing, or the actual, uh, it was the actual trains, it was the actual sequences of his fighting stance or his fighting moves. So more than likely, he's gonna do right, right, left, left, right, left, stuff like that. And imagine knowing that the extensions that you're going against to a point where you actually can put yourself in a better position to make an all-out rush and attack. I like it a lot. I'm definitely looking way more forward to seeing this kid do stuff now. I mean, sure, he got stabbed one time and he was donezo, and the old man got punched one time and he was donezo. But what you have to these moments of them bursting out like this are their limit breakers, right? Limit breakers being practically the same thing that Juzo's doing right now, where I'm pretty sure if he goes way too overboard, something bad does happen to him, or without a hand actually activating his back piece, it gives more credence to the fact of the matter that uh, Juzo isn't a tool. He's almost just practically his own being, his own thing, because of how capable he is outside of having a hand and not having one and stuff like that. So that was one interesting little point that they kind of glossed over. Because I mean, we see Seven get activated by Pepper being his hand, pulling out that big, large, like, number of stuff, which I'm gonna say it now. If that's the only way they can like tap into this power in the case of it has to be open, I don't really like the design of it. Like it looks like something that uh would be in the way. Like it would slow them. It makes like a more weight, but I mean they're freaking gun heads, so they probably weigh over like 1,000 pounds or something weird. I don't know. There's a lot of little details about how it looks, and having it being able to move as fast as it can while it's activated just kind of makes me feel weird because I guess there's just been no explanation as to why that's even possible, or if that thing even weighs really anything. It's just really bulky and it comes so far out of their back that now they have to be aware of it. There's no way you can just be fighting and doing all this stuff normal, like naturally, without it bumping or catching onto something. And when you get hit onto your back, full blown, can that thing get destroyed while you have it active too? Like, is it kind of like the Avatar state, where if he dies in the Avatar state, there is no Avatar, but if he dies in this with this gun thing hanging out, or not even die, when he gets damaged too much, would this cause it to be forced back in a way that's not supposed to, or some weird thing like that? So that's kind of where my brain starts to go when these things are just not explained, and we kind of have to guess what would happen to them, if anything. But yeah, with our little boy breaking his limits and showcasing just how strong he could be, I guess, against an old man with a ridiculous amount of extensions. Excuse me. It's not that bad. I feel like it could have been much worse for him. Sure, he like I said, they got both one-shotted each other, which, I mean, if you took something that went through your shoulder blade and it was a long, wiry thing, and afterwards you had to pull it out, oh yeah, I'm done too. I'm done. Okay, I don't care what's around the corner. I am passing out from just the sheer pulling it out sequence that he did. So um, that and seeing Juzo go completely ham, because Pepper knows how to pull all the right triggers. And because she pulled Juzo's trigger that way, he truly wanted her down and out for the count, which I kind of love that fact about his character. He's a good guy all the way up until he's pushed, and there's almost a part in there of me that feels like he was going for Pepper like every single time when she started talking and he started swinging. I feel like that's why Seven had to get his arm straight up knocked off, and then Seven still keeps up with Juzo with only one arm. Which, another thing about this is, why is Juzo called the 13 device and he's called 7? Maybe he's just like a 7-year-old when he was created or something, because he still sounds like a little baby. So maybe, yeah, maybe he's like 7, but it's been a couple of years or something. But that would explain that. But if he isn't, and he was just the 7th device and Juzo's a 13, why is he an older model than 7 supposedly, right? I guess they just ran out of using new parts and got to the 13th one. They're like, oh, screw it, we'll just make this guy out of old parts, whatever. I don't get it. I mean, we do know his hands are relatively old. I think that's what it is his hands are old, because he still uses the punching Folk Buster thing. And we know that old man who was wearing all gold was rocking that attack too. And it seemed like something that kind of is the easier and main, it's the main primary thing for all the guns, because it just branches off into the fist and then the one in the palm that we've seen as well. So we know that there is some types of upgrade. And if this video is pretty long, I apologize. It's just I have a different TV for right now until my new TV comes, and knowing that it's not going to turn off on me, oh, it feels so good. But I hope y'all are having a good day, night, evening, whatever the case might be when you're watching this. And I will definitely try to talk to you sooner than later. Maybe I'll surprise you with some content. I kind of wanted to drop a why you should watch ever since I was dropping them so frequently. But I also wanted to drop those when I can edit videos in my own way. So maybe I won't, and I'll just tell you about an over review for a show that I watch, that I don't talk about on the channel. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just babbling now. So thank you so much for the support, guys. I can't wait to talk to you guys on the daily. And unfortunately, your boy got to go to work and get more money, because if anything else happens to break on my end, I could just take care of it as quickly as possible, so it's not inconveniencing me, my channel, my anime people, and mostly above all, the process of just grinding these videos out. So thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace. I want to play. Okay, here we go. Who you got your bets on, me or the best jabber in the game? Yeah.